How can using AI save us hours when we are marketing our business? That is the question that I want to talk about today, because when we are creating content for our business, it takes effort and it takes time, and we need to be feeding the machine. We need to be consistent creating content. Now, the biggest thing I feel that business owners struggle with, after talking to many, many people and helping many, many people, is that they don't have time to create content. And what happens is we end up getting quite overwhelmed with that. And let me know in the comments if this is how you feel as well, is that we go, yes, we know we need to turn up online. We know we need to share what we're doing in business online, but we get so overwhelmed with thinking, gosh, I've got to write a blog, I've got to send an email, I've got to, do a YouTube video, I've got to go live on LinkedIn, I've got to, make a Facebook event. And there's so many things that we need to be thinking about when we have to promote our business. So one of the things that I see people struggle with is that consistency. And I've been so guilty of this in the past, and I still have to work on it every day to show up consistently as well, because at the end of the day, it's how we grow our business. It's how we create connections with our audience. And the wonderful thing about content marketing is that it's free. The only commitment it takes is our time. So if we have businesses, it's so important that we show up and tell people what we do that answers their specific questions that they're asking. So how is using AI saving us time? Well, if I go back even 2 years ago, when we're editing videos, for example, it's like there was programs out there that would take and I look at what I used to use 2 years ago to what I use now is so different. And the time saving AI that it includes now is just like text-based editing, using templates and formats, just so many shortcuts that we have that AI really helps us with. Obviously, using ChatGPT has been a game changer for many, many businesses. The thing about when we use AI is knowing how to use it to get the best result for our business, and so it doesn't sound like a copy and paste from ChatGPT. Now, one of the things that I also see businesses struggle with is knowing what to create as well. And so you can go over to ChatGPT and ask it to write, a content plan or 30 days of content for, the month, and it'll do that. The problem that I have with this, and especially when it comes to writing blogs and emails and things, is that it sounds like everyone else. There are key giveaways that is being written by AI. So what we want to do is train that monkey in prompting and asking it to help us. So when it comes to creating content, I've actually created a Content Catalyst blueprint, which is a formula to help businesses. It's a program, it's an online course to help businesses create content that's in alignment with your business goals and use AI to shortcut this process. Now, one of the things that if you struggle with nailing your niche, getting recognizable online, so people, when they see your content, they know it's you, and positioning yourself that is recognizable and memorable, that is a big key thing when we're looking at our branding online. And AI can help us do all of those things. It's really all about knowing how to ask the questions and how to prompt the machine so we get the best results. Then it's about setting up our AI assistants as well. Now, I mentioned just before that I have just launched my blueprint online course to help businesses create a content marketing strategy and plan. And the idea behind actually creating an online course is because I've been doing this for my clients and my members for, the last however long. And I got to the stage where I wanted to give them a pool of resources so that when our members join Content Catalyst, they had a starting point to come in and get a plan, so then they know what to make. And then all the exercises and masterclasses and workrooms that we do inside the membership moving forward helps them with the tools that they've already got as the foundation. So after doing this one-to-one in person all year, I've now created an online course so you can actually get the resources to do that. So I wanted to run you through what that looks like inside the blueprint. So with the blueprint itself, we look at the foundation. The foundation is the core. And when we start with aligning our business goals with our content goals, then we get direct results. That's number one. Then the next thing is to make sure that we dial in our messaging and know who we're talking to. Now, I recently did a video challenge to create a sales video, and I did a free coaching week. And in that coaching week, the first couple of days was all about dialing in our messaging and who we were talking to. And like previous times I've ran this coaching, this is where people came unstuck, and this is where people, really struggled with. I struggled with it for many years. Was create AI prompts to help us with that so we can uncover that. Our core offer, knowing what our product is, that is the other area. So we want to nail our niche. We want to understand our audience. And when we understand our audience, what we do is we understand what they're thinking, what they're feeling, and what's going to motivate them and what will inspire them to act. That is what we want to do. And this is what this course does. Then when we get into understanding our audience, we understand our value and we articulate our value, and then we understand our transformation. So this is all to do with our messaging. And when we have clear messaging, it doesn't matter whether you're doing website copy for a new sales page or whether you're sending an email to people, you will have the correct language to use and real life scenarios that resonate with your audience. Now, once we've dialed in our audience and our messaging, then we want to find ourselves being discovered online. So what's happening at the moment with the emergence of AI and search engines is programs like SearchGPT, Perplexity AI, they are scraping the internet to provide answers for people asking questions. And we need to be discovered. So we need to make sure that we've got our keywords dialed in and we're using that in all of our content marketing as well. So one of the lessons is about our keywords and a comprehensive list of keywords that we could program into our AI. So we're getting the best results, not just once, but always moving forward every time we want to get information. So I've really gone down this AI rabbit hole because it can save us so much time. So once we've done our core, so we've got 4 modules in our core. So we've got our goals, our core offer, our audience, and then our messaging, and then of course our keywords. So that is in the first module. Next, we move to the actual content side of things. Now, the content side of things is where we get to starting to create, look at and audit and optimize our profile, our platforms that we need to be using. So we go through and we'll do an audit, an optimization process, and then we look at our content categories or our content topics. These are the key things that we know that we create content on each time. So once we dial that in, and look, and I want to go back to a lot of the time if you're doing social media, you get told, and ChatGPT will do this for you as well. It's like, give me a content, category of content topics. They're going to tell you to create inspirational content and educational content and behind the scenes content and all that kind of stuff. The thing about that is that is just an approach. That's the angle that you take to tell your story. A content topic and a content category, a theme, is to do with your business and your audience problems and how you help them. Once we've dialed that in, then that gives us content for 12 months. We will never run out of content ideas when we have that foundation set up. Okay, so moving on to the next part of the course, we have our topics, we have our content categories, we have our planner, and our planner is going to help us actually get in and map out what we need to talk about for the year. And then, of course, we need to track it with, metrics as well. So then once we get into that part, the next module is create, and that's when we get into our planner. Now, what we need is to have the big picture in mind, and that is having our annual planner. And I've got an annual planner sitting there, so I know coming into every single month and every single week exactly what I'm going to be talking about. And when you've done these exercises, you can walk away and you go, yep, I know we're in November. I'm talking all about website, and I'm talking about content marketing and strategy and planning for the next year. And then once we do that, we know we've got our year planned out. We can then schedule, and we look at ways on how we can batch up and automate our content. Now, the next part of what we do is repurposing. We don't want to just make one piece of content. We want to amplify it across different platforms and across different learning methods as well, because 65% of us are visual learners. So if we're visual learners, we need to make sure that we've got those parts of our content. So if you look at how we buy, the modern buyer journey, we need at least 11 touch points in order to buy something, so to turn a stranger into a buyer. So how we do that, we need to take one piece of content and we need to be able to amplify it across all of those different platforms. And we do that through repurposing content effectively as well. So this will help us not only get discovered by the search engines, but it'll also help our audience, our buyers, actually be reminded enough times in enough different ways that they get the message to act. So we also want to mix up our content with long form content and short form content. Long form content is also going to help us with discoverability, while short form content gives us those quick wins and community with our audience as well. Now, I am a big fan about actually getting in and creating community over followers. To me, you don't need a massive audience in order to get results. Likewise, there are plenty of people who have got millions of followers that don't actually earn revenue from those people. So you want to make sure that we are having a nice balance of the both. So once we do that, then we want to be able to plan out and manage our content. I'm actually going to share my screen with us because I want to share with you and show you what it looks like inside as well when we have our planner done. So this is our website. So I'm just going to take you in. So you can see here we've got our online course, and I'm just going to take you down to each of the modules here. So now, content marketing is not just social media, by the way. It's actually our blogs, our email, our social media, our videos that we use across different platforms that we can embed on our website, podcasts, whatever content you are creating, whether it's booklets to promote your business. I've created a lot of booklets, whether they're e-booklets or physical booklets. This is all content marketing. And also if you are creating any other kind of content such as website copy, this is all content that you need to have clear messaging. All right, so what we want to do, and I'm just going to scroll through and share with you. All right, so here we are. The first part is our core. We want to craft our magnetic message. So we've got our goals, our audience, and messaging and keywords. Now, you're probably thinking, God, how long is a course? I don't have like 6 months to do this course. I did this whole module in under an hour. And the reason why I did this whole module in under an hour is because I have put AI prompts pretty much throughout the whole course to shortcut this process. And when you do that, oh my God, it makes it so much easier to get the results, but it also makes it such a better answer than what we could ever come up with as well. So that's just one thing to note. Okay, so in module 2, we're going to look at our brand vibe. Our brand vibe is essentially our online branding that makes us memorable and recognizable. Now, when we are talking, and I'm not just talking about your colors, like I'm in a green top, my colors are green and pink, that's great, but it's more than that. It's more about what we say. Do you have a tagline? Do you have something that makes you recognizable? I always think of Mel Robbins. She's got these big black glasses and she always wears black or a white shirt. These are very big key things that makes us recognizable and memorable. She has a very dry tone in her approach as well. So all of these things make up our branding as well. Now, if you don't know what that is, I'm going to help you in this branding guide to be able to nail your niche, to help you stand out and make you lean into who you are, help you stand out from the crowd, and really dial it up, because that your quirks is what makes you you. Okay, so once we do that, then we're going to look at our formats. Now, I did this recently in person with one of my clients, and what she had is set up all these content, platforms. So she had all the social media platforms and everything, but she had different photos. And look, I've been guilty of this as well. This is why, I have it in here as part of this plan. And so we want to align all of our messaging. And what happened is, even just by updating that profile photo to the same thing with a nice bright background, helps people find you across different platforms. Because if someone saw you on Instagram and they wanted to then go and discover you on LinkedIn, we want to make it easy, especially if you have a name that's quite common as well. Even my name, Deborah Szabo, isn't common, but I can go in and find, a handful of us from across the globe that people are like, and you're looking at tiny little images like this. So we want to make sure that people are recognizable instantly. So there are a few things. Now, I've got templates throughout here of all of this. I've got all your post banners, profile images, bio, everything, templates all in here. So you just click it, resize, put your image in, and off you go. Metrics. Now, what we measure grows, and success leaves clues. So we want to have a simple way to measure what we do each month. Topics, as I was talking about, this is so important to make sure that we actually have the content topics, our themes, worked out each month, so we're creating content and not having to think about it. Because if you have to think too hard, it means it's too hard and it's not going to happen. Okay, so that is our second module. Again, you'll be able to chop through that. The whole point of this course, by the way, is designed that if you bought it today, by Monday, you will have a content marketing strategy and plan for your business ready for you and your team to hit the ground running, so you know what to make. Which brings me to the number 3, planner. Plan out your year. Like, I start this in September. I will plan out what my year looks like next year. And it's not too late. Don't wait till January to be planning out your content. That is my greatest recommendation, my highest recommendation. Do not wait till January to do that then. Start looking at doing it now, because when you map out your year, it's not just about your content, it's about your launch campaigns. When you're going to be on holidays, when the kids are on school holidays, all of those things need to be mapped out if we are going to have a successful year. Then we want to be able to manage that as well. So we want to be able to batch up and schedule it. And I know that if I don't do this, I'm literally making content on the fly, and that's okay. My brain works like that. I do work like that. However, I know that if I've got a content library of content, and I already know what I'm going to say and how I'm going to say it, it makes it so much easier for me to get content out. And that's why I say repurposing. There's a checklist there. There is literally a checklist. So in the manage part, I've actually put together a Trello board where you can actually go in, and I'm going to show you that in a second. The Trello board is where you can go in and have a checklist. So you can allocate what tasks you're going to do. So that might be turning up to do the video, but then your team are then going to edit it and push everything out and schedule it. So this is where you have that opportunity to do that. Now, I've got that in a Trello board, and I'm going to share that with you now. And this is what it looks like. So I'm going to share this tab instead. Okay, so you've got and this is your template. So each day you can map out all of your content. Now, if you've not used Trello before, I've used many different content planners. And look, I love them all. I'm a massive fan of them. But what I do like about Trello, it's very, very easy and intuitive for anyone to use. And this is the calendar view. So say if I don't want that there, I want that there, I can drag and drop everything in there. And once you've done it, you can tick it off the list and see that it's done. And I love that too. All right, so that's the calendar view. Now, just go back to the calendar view for a second. This here, I can look at it by the week. Now, just remember that this is a template as well, so you'll see everything in here. So again, I can drag and drop things as I like, or I can go over and look at the month view, which is so powerful. But let's just go back over here. Now, I always have a hero topic that I start with each month. And when I have my hero topic, I then know my weekly topics as well, and that's what's listed down here. I know my lead magnet that I'm got, and I know where the offer is that I'm promoting for the month, which is so important. That's why we want to create content that converts. So we need to know in advance what we're creating. Now, once we've done that, I then have a repurpose checklist here. Now you can see here that there's a nice little list out of this. From one video, I'm going to share how you can turn that one video into 15 to 20 pieces of content marketing. And this is what this list is here. So again, if I'm like, I'm recording the video, so I can actually add me that I'm recording the video, and I'm going to do that by here. And I'm going to save that. But then I'm going to actually get my assistant to then come in, and she's going to do that by the next day. And so once we've gotten that, once I've done that, it's ticked off the list, and then my assistant can come in. So both you and your team know where you're up to each day. And I find that that is a really, really powerful thing to do. So everything's templated up. It's such a great program to use. It's free. That's the other thing. Oh, I hate paying for subscriptions unless, like I try and minimize as many subscriptions. So I try to think about the ones that give me the most bang for my buck. Now, I think that this is one of the biggest things that, I just, I'm a massive fan on is work smarter, not harder. Now, if you do want to get a Content Catalyst blueprint, head over to my website. All the details are on there because now I have a Black Friday offer, and the Black Friday offer is there's some really good things in there. And with the Black Friday offer, what I've done, you get the course, and I've also given you 4 bundle bonuses that you can actually get for Black Friday. So let's have a look at what they are as well. So I'm just going to scroll back up onto my planner, and we will look at these bundles instead. So give me a sec, share screen. And we want to share my screen again. Okay, excellent. Okay, so Black Friday bonus bundle. This is what it looks like. So you get the course. It has 3 modules. You can get through that in the weekend. When I do those in person, when we do a one-to-one in person, we do it in a day. So that's why I'm saying this course is designed to get through in a day or 2, depending on how much time you actually want to take to plan out things. But essentially, all those AI prompts will be in there to help shortcut that process. Now, with our Black Friday offer, it starts now. I'm not waiting until another couple of weeks. It's Friday, so let's do it. All right, so you can get a weekly coaching session with me. So even though these are pre-recorded courses for you to do, like I said, this weekend, on Thursday next week and for the next 3 weeks, I'm going to do a live coaching call. And this is to get you started. It's to get you momentum so you can get unstuck if you've got questions. And this is one of the bonuses that we're going to be doing throughout November. So that's bonus number 1. And then I'm going to do another bonus session with you, and that is to set up your AI assistants. What does that mean? If you don't know anything about AI, the AI assistants are going to help you automate tasks in AI. So every time I go in and I have my long form video, I have a podcast producer. So I upload the transcription, I press the button, and it gives me everything that I need to write all my content with. And that's because I've automated that assistant. I've also got one for my website auditor. I've got one for my social media. So once you've got your assistant set up, oh my gosh, it makes life so much easier. And it knows your voice and tone because we've uploaded everything in from the content marketing strategy. So you're going to get that assistant session as well. All right, then you are going to also get a content optimization report. We are going to audit your platforms for you, and we're going to present you with a report to give you some feedback on the areas that you can optimize and maximize to get better results. So That is another bonus that we've got as well. Then the biggest one in here is that one-to-one session with me. This is a tech check session. I'm going to spend this one-to-one session with you going through a 5-point checklist on setting up your tech. Now that includes software to use, how to use the software, the gear that you need to use to get better quality videos, content. Now remember, like, yeah, you can, put up a Canva tile, but nothing will build your brand quicker and business quicker than when you turn up using videos. And that is why I'm about helping you remove those roadblocks for you to create good quality video content using your phone. Like seriously, your phone can do 4K video, and we want to be optimizing that. So you are going to get a one-to-one session with me. Now, this is valued at $2,535, and you're going to save 60% off in the Black Friday offer. I know. So you are going to get the online course and all of those bonus sessions as well. So if you do want to optimize your content and create content that converts and not feel overwhelmed about what content to make and how to make it, and just really just resonate with your audience, show up easier, show up better, show up not overwhelmed, and get a system for not just you, but also for you and your team, if you've got team, and just make it easier. I know there's a lot of people that will go and get VAs and things to create content, and that's fantastic, and I highly recommend you do that. However, before you do that, do the course first. Get your ducks lined up in a row first to get this, because then you can give this to your team to then create content with, based on everything being in alignment, and it'll make your life so much easier. You'll get such better results from it. It'll be one of the best investments that you will make into your business. Now, if you want to do more AI with me, I am hosting a AI session on Tuesday, and I'm going to show you how you can automate your tasks for content marketing. I will put the link in the comments down below, and that way you can join me for this session. All right, well, that's all from me. I hope you have a great weekend, and you can jump on now and get a Content Catalyst blueprint and join me next week for our first live session. All right, thanks so much. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you inside the blueprint. Bye-bye.